Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that he chose to join me today as we investigate our badge. Let's look at the photo.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And his winking? Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it did on you. It looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. Your eyes seem more clear somehow. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Name, Harrier Dubois.
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry.
He thinks.
Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Well, Harrier Dubois it is then.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not.
Oh, I don't think I noticed that. In hindsight, I think I realized that he calls me officer when he's angry with me and detective when he's not. But I never was conscious about that. That's a cool detail. That's really cool. Rank LTN-2JFR?
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What's a Lieutenant W. Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
Declined?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decontage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes,
he continues,
they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
What's a decontage?
Decontage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos. The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kinks.
What kinks?
Kinks like satellite officers and the additionally freighter rank I already explained.
Oh.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
Authority, shut up. So, you've been putting up with all my bullshit because I'm your superior?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea.
He smiles encouragingly.
And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
I thought my rank was drunk.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and...
He pauses to examine you.
This leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
Thanks, that gives me hope.
Good,
he says with a quick smile. Let's turn back to the document then.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads...
Serial REV12-62-05-JAM41.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Date of issue 7th of November, 50.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going.
Precinct 41.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
He stops. What?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again,
A faint smile.
it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
he knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Okay, let's put the badge away. Let's get going. We should have done a bunch of quests because of that. At least to find my badge quest. And now we're going to find my gun. It's going to... Well, hopefully we're going to find my gun. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to turn out. But let's find my motor carriage oil fuel thing. It is right there. A banged up fuel canister. Can sell it for a little. Oh, we could do that first. Oh, man, we have so many things to do. And a dented stainless steel canister for transporting and storing heavy fuel oil. A logo on its side has been partially stripped over years of use. The government issued red-dyed fuel oil. Inside it looks like paint, though it smells much, much worse. I wonder if it's called fuel oil because of any translation sort of thing, because like oil in English has a very it doesn't usually get the the term doesn't get mixed up with fuel, even though, well, it's petrol, right? So the British call it petrol, but the Americans call it gas, and it comes from crude oil, and in fact early versions of it is just basically crude oil, just very little difference. But and diesel fuel is just diesel fuel. Yeah, the English doesn't mess with the oil bit, doesn't mix the two up. It's not that they're different. It's not that people don't understand that gasoline comes from oil. I say people, I mean just common sense, and the language doesn't necessarily hide it, but it doesn't mix it up. And I say this because in Portuguese, the way we call fuel, or rather, not fuel. Fuel is anything can be fuel. I'm talking about petrol. What we call petrol is we call it gasoline specifically, which is also a term in English. Of course, we don't use the English word. We use it as a similar Portuguese word. And then we have a different similar word to diesel fuel that is just gas oil. It basically translates roughly as gas oil. And gasoline, the olean bit, is like oil. It comes from it being related to oil. And I think in French is the same thing, that the terms are very similar. I don't actually know how to say diesel fuel in French. But I'm pretty sure it's just gasoline for gasoline. So yeah, let's see about this thing, about the phone call.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Yeah, it's the radio microphone that I need.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Alice, please connect me to Jamrock Public Library.
Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here.
A male librarian answers the call.
How can I help you, officer?
I'm looking for any information that you can provide on Billy Mejean, a reader.
Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
He puts the receiver down.
On Moreau Drive in central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, A lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Yes, hello, are you still there?
You can hear him fiddle with the printout.
I found Billy Majon's home address. Is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
Yeah, home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
I don't remember if it was the number 20. Do you have any other information on Billy Majon?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know someone who was?
Marie?
He covers the phone with his hand and yells out into the room behind him.
Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
You hear someone answer from afar.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes, okay, if it was the police. She starts explaining something.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie.
The librarian is speaking into the phone again.
She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Oh, so Billy, he keeps saying they, because I think Billy is a name that I think it's a woman's name, but a man's name as well. And I remember being confused about the gender of this person, Billy, because you'd think it would be the person whom we found this on. Obviously, it doesn't have to be, but you know that's a likelihood. In this scenario, since we know that that working class woman's husband was returning a book from the library or something, then it makes sense that it would be her card. But here he doesn't actually say the gender of the person. Because it's just Billy's husband, and we don't know, and so for the first time around, I was still confused about whether it would be a woman or a man. Now, one would expect it to be a woman because it's husband, but maybe not. And on the first playthrough, I was confused about that, but no, it is Billy. Billy is the person that we talked to, and we are absolutely right. Oh, and also, right here. Oh yeah, that's why this stuck in my mind, because we are taking the conclusion here that Billy is a woman. So it is worded in a way that... Oh, it's kind of weird, because it's worded in a way that it's meant for us to not know who Billy was, or who Billy is. And then, when he doesn't actually explain who Billy is in terms of gender, just says that they have a husband, then we conclude that it's a woman. How did your colleague know that it was her husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
Mm-hmm. Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe me what the husband looked like?
Marie!
A moment passes.
She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second.
The librarian turns away from the phone again and relays the question.
What was he wearing? Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Only to the drunkenness. Okay, that might be more of an indication of how drunk he was than anything else. Thank you. That's all for me. I have no other questions.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
The librarian hangs up and the call gets redirected back to the station with a soft click.
Anything else you need from me?
No, I'm done with the radio for now.
57th, over and out.
Her voice disappears into the void.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Nope, we're good. We have a clue, Kim.
Yes?
Oh, right, Kim, we need to talk about many things. I didn't even talk to you early this morning. There were so many things. I did talk to you, though, a little. I shaved. Look.
Yes.
The lieutenant stares at your shaven face, his eyes narrowed. He mumbles.
I don't know what to say.
He coughs.
Perhaps,
What is it, Kim? You can tell me.
I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a better idea. They sort of seem to cover up some of the...
He stops.
Either way, good on you.
The lieutenant gathers himself.
You were saying?
Yes, we need to talk about responsibility.
I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to this very subject.
What do you mean?
If you ask me, it's high time for you to put the bottle away. Sober up, get back to basics. That would be my advice. And I hope we don't even need to discuss the street drugs you've been abusing.
No, I mean like la responsabilité, you know, the kind that gets assigned.
Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman from the Institute of Price Stabilité? You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for?
For this whole situation. I'm just gonna spread my arms wide as I say that.
Now I understand.
The lieutenant nods his head gravely.
Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility?
How did you know?
Simple. Because moral intern types love to form committees. In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral intern's umbrella, but I'm certainly not qualified to serve on any committee. You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villodron, the gentleman you met in the young man's apartment. If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But first you might need to speak with his young companion. Now, was there anything else?
Wait, you're... For real? Okay. Nothing. Can we actually do that? Let's do it. He's there, though. Okay, good. I didn't know if he was going to be here. Hey.
Hi again, Gendarme.
I need to talk to you. Rather, I need to talk with your Sunday friend again. It's about, committee business.
Oh, a committee.
He smiles.
How interesting. And if I may ask, Gendarme, what is this committee about?
He takes a measured drag of his cigarette. It's about assigning la responsabilité.
God, of course it is. My friend is always trying to convince me I need a little more responsibility, as though I don't have enough going on already. In any case, I would love to help. But the thing is, I don't know where he is. We don't talk about everything, you see.
He gently taps the end of his cigarette with his forefinger.
He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. In an unofficial capacity, of course.
Ooh, that might be interesting. I might be able to find those historical sites. Do you know when he'll be back?
Not a clue. I'm not his agenda keeper, you see.
Well, I guess I'll have to look for him along the coast then.
I guess you will.
He tips his head ever so slightly toward you. I'll see you later.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Bye-bye. Okay, so we have many assignments. This is such a busy day. Such a busy day. Hi. Kim. How I've missed you, man. How I've missed you. Because, you know, with him I can do all the things. And before we had a lot of stuff to do. But I think I mostly exhausted the things that I didn't want to do with Kim. Or that I wanted to do without him, rather. So, this is something I want to do with Kim.
Paintbrush? Check. Heavy fuel oil? Check. Now the only thing left to do is paint the wall. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. That is such a cool line. So we have a lot of options here. Well, rather, we have 7 options and then let it remain blank for now. The first one is fuck the police, which would be anarchistic in nature, most likely. Although I don't think that would be communist. I don't think do I have the thing? Oh, it's in here, isn't it? Where is it? You know, the place where we see the... Oh, it's over here. I just always miss it. Yeah, I don't know if it would be communist, that one. Because the communist aspect of in this game is always... It always tends to authoritarian, I feel. So, you know, the police would be the ones responsible for ensuring state for having the monopoly on state violence, really, because that's what it is. And the communists would, in this game at least, would benefit from that, I feel. I Love You, Kuno is one that I could write. That is interesting. He's not going to like that, though. Mother of All Walls is a choice. What shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? I can also draw a 3,500-year-old pictogram of a human being. And I think pictogram here just means a picture. It's a picture. I don't understand how the picture... It's a brand new picture. What is... I don't know. Something beautiful is going to happen. Ooh, that's very moralist. No parking. That's weird. I don't actually... That's funny. That's kind of funny. Because have you seen Cars? Let's go with the something beautiful is going to happen. En garde.
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
Very poetic.
The lieutenant nods in appreciation. It doesn't sound sincere.
Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one we are supposed to solve.
Yeah. We have to do that, don't we? Now, we probably should tell Cindy, though. Maybe she's gonna like it. Hey. Or give her the pencil back.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Or not pencil. The brush, rather. No. It's fine. Catch you later, Cindy. I did it. I did the thing. Okay. So, we need to go into the apartments. Of course. No, Kim, don't want to talk to you right now. I want to go into the door. Into the door. Clicked on it many times. We need to go up. How do I do that? That's to the other balcony. And that door is... Oh, there's nobody here. I mean, it makes sense that there wouldn't be. I also don't think I saw the hole in the wall. Or is it the wall? Yeah, it was the one on the northwest. Let's just go in here once again. Because you never know with the perception checks. And that one is a fun apartment. In the balcony, it is. Apartment number 20. Is it this one?
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup à l'oignon. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
He looks at the apartment door and lowers his voice a bit.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice on how to tell her he's,
Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Mm-hmm. What if I don't want to do this?
Yes, it's hard.
He stares at the front door for a moment, his face still.
But there is no easy way to handle this information. It just has to happen, as soon as possible.
All right, I think I'm ready.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
I'm gonna knock. Hello? Who is it? A voice calls out from the other side of the door.
And someone turns down the radio.
I'm gonna look at the lieutenant first.
He gives you a short, encouraging nod.
Is this Billy Méjean's home? This is the police. Please open the door. The police? A moment, please. Give us a moment. You hear shuffling inside.
Tidying up, nervously.
She unlocks the door. Come in. The door is open. I don't remember her voice, so that was my best impression of her. Hello. Don't run, okay? Take it slow when exploring the apartment. Be respectful. Oh yeah, that's a good point, actually. An empty pack of red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. The same brand of cigarettes you found in the trash next to the deceased. Hello, detective, she asks. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings. Because curtains are a pain. Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. Some leftover kept warm on a stovetop. Smells like buckwheat and onions here. I don't know what buckwheat is. Is that like crappy wheat? I don't know. A chalk-drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. Oh, the kids are sleeping, aren't they? No, they're not here. The clock is ticking away with an odd cheerfulness. Posters of contemporary pop stars adorn the walls. A textbook for high school mathematics. Trigonometry, mostly. Well, we need to do it, don't we? But we're gonna do it next episode because we're out of time for the day. So, for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.